What's up everyone, John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here with a full review for you of the HTC Desire Z, which is essentially the unlocked version of the T-Mobile G2 here in the US. We're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to see if I can get through a full phone review in under 5 minutes, giving you just the facts. Let's get started. I always start out my phone reviews with phone quality. This guy pulls in a very strong signal, although if you're in the US and you're on AT&T like I was, you're only going to get Edge service. But it did pull down a very strong Edge service. 20 call test, I only had one dropped call. Reception was very strong. Speakerphone quality, very loud. And the fidelity of voice calls was really solid. Voice quality is going to be fantastic. From specs, quick recap. 3.7-inch coarse capacitive screen, 480 by 800, running Android 2.2 with HTC's custom Sense on top. 1.5 gigabytes of internal storage. I feel like the Micro Machine guy. This has a micro SD expansion card, 1300 milliamp hour battery. Battery life, not fantastic. You are going to have to recharge this definitely on a daily basis. On the rump, you've got a 5 megapixel camera that can shoot HD video. It's average. You're going to get sort of standard photo and video quality from a phone. Don't throw away your DSLR. I really do like the metal feel of the back. It's got a really industrial feel to it. Let's go ahead and power this guy on. No SIM card installed right now. Slide this down to unlock, and you can see the new version of HTC Sense, which lets you fully customize the look of Android. Again, the Android 2.2. You've got a lot of customization options that live right here. You can go ahead and check out some of these customizations in the unboxings, but in the unboxing video, which I'll put down below. You've got scenes, wallpaper, and skins. At this point, I should mention that the folks at clove.co.uk hooked me up with this review device. Links to them are also going to be down below. You can customize the way this phone looks. One of the big points of this phone, which one of the things that I love the most about it, is its full slide-out QWERTY keyboard, which, if you go ahead and slide out, is probably one of the best keyboards that I've used. It's spacious, there's a lot of room, you have some customizable keys, spacebar is really nice and big. One of the things that I didn't like, which I thought I was going to, is the slide-out mechanism, which is kind of neat, but it wasn't as spring-loaded as I would have liked, so oftentimes I found it sort of getting stuck right in the middle right there, so you have to really make sure you push it all the way out. If you don't mind, this is going to work really well. And there you've got the landscape orientation of the phone. This is, again, Android 2.2, so it's going to be able to handle all of your Flash content and web browsing with Flash 10.1. Web browsing on this guy is a fantastic experience. It's got an 800 megahertz processor, but don't get caught up in the megahertz. This phone is fast. It is a screamer and has really been optimized for the software that it's running. Probably one of the fastest phones that I have tested thus far. You can see even with Flash content running, pinch to zoom, and everything just works really well. You've got 4-way navigation across the bottom with an optical trackpad, which I don't think I used once on this guy. I know a lot of people are wondering, hey John, how fast is this really? Are you lying to me? Well, I'm going to show you if I'm lying to you or not, and you can see it for yourself. This is a little bit on the subjective side, but I am going to run a quadrant benchmark test. I'm going to go and skip to the results, but if you want to watch the whole test being run after the whooshing buffalo at the end credits, you can actually watch the test being run. So let's go ahead and launch quadrant. Alright, so here are the results of the benchmarking. You can see this phone is actually at the top. Above the Motorola, what is that? I can't read it. Actually above the Nexus 1, the Motorola Droid, the HTC Evo, the Droid X, Samsung Galaxy S, and pretty much every other Android device out there. This guy actually came out top on the quadrant test. And that really does translate very nicely to real-world speed. From a size standpoint, despite having a full QWERTY keyboard, you're not dealing with that much bulk. Here we've got an Xperia X10. If you go ahead and look at this side by side, there's not a giant difference. So what's the moral here with this phone? I would happily use this as my everyday phone if I were you. However, I cannot because my primary carrier is AT&T and I'm not going to be able to get 3G speeds. However, if I could get 3G speeds, or if there was a variant that let me do so, I would definitely use this phone. So if you are a T-Mobile customer, this is going to be one you have to look at. Anyway, guys, if I got to give it a 1 to 5 stars, this thing earns a really, really, really solid 4.95 stars. Really, the only small deduction being for that keyboard sliding mechanism, which I just didn't like. This phone is a great choice for the Android lover and you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Run the full benchmark test. Ooh, 3D flashing. Red planet plus moon. Spinny. DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. We want to proceed.